Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm JC. For those of you who haven't tuned in before on this channel, we explore new hobbies, and I've started with electronic soldering kits, which covers a whole wide spectrum. And today we're gonna try to make a stereo Bluetooth speaker. Um, It comes in a plastic bag like this, and I will show you a few pictures of what it's supposed to look like, and then we'll go through the build series. I'm not training anyone, I'm learning myself. I'm exploring new hobbies. Um, so please don't take this as a how-to video. It's definitely not how-to video. It's probably how not to, more likely. And I learn and I try new things, and maybe someone who's doing the same thing try it as well, or notice my issues and take note of that, and we move forward and try new things. Anyway, let's have open the package and see what's in it, and then I'll show you a few pictures of what it's supposed to look like. Here we have it. I've received this some time ago, and I never really got around to this one. So today's the day, and hopefully we don't get snookered by miniature parts that nobody can see anyway. What a big package. A lot of a lot of Chinese writing, and yeah, it's all Chinese. Why can't they just give it to us in English? Yeah, I don't know. So this is my first impression is Chinese once again. Um, they know they sell these things in the West. Why can't they just produce something that's okay in the West? This is not okay. Definitely not okay. There's a part list. I can make out about the part list over here, and there's lots of parts. So that's all of it is part list, which sometimes helps a little bit because at least you can read the numbers and you know the quantities, because the quantities would be marked over here. And sometimes you have the part numbers here, but it's not always displayed on the parts. And hopefully the PC board is better help, because sometimes on the PC boards, as you've seen in the last video, the PC board was quite handy because all the part numbers was on the PC board. That was so easy. And there was no miniature part, so I could read everything. Okay, so let's have a look, see what we got in this bag. And I'm going to see if I can just move all the big stuff. So these are obviously two speakers. That's the size of the speakers. They're quite small, but I'm sure it will be adequate. That would be the power supply. This is the box. That would be the frame of the speaker system. Power lead, looks like a power on off switch there. I'm going to leave it just as it is in there. I'm not going to open it right now because there are other issues other things that we need to look at first. Now, this one comes with a remote control. Huh. Okay. And there is a display. That's quite fancy. Nice. And a USB plug in front, and it looks like there's a mini card reader in front here, or a memory card. It says TF. I'm not sure what does TF means. And there's a play, pause, volume. So this, at least I don't have to assemble this. That small parts. That looks like that. Okay, I don't have to worry about miniature parts. These are the parts I'm worried about. These tiny little things here. Can you see them? I'm sure you can, but I'll try and point out to them for those who don't know. These are surface mounted resistors. They are very hard to handle and very easy to break. Anyway, there's lots of them over here, and I'm glad I don't have to deal with that. So that's just that fact that I don't have to deal with that is already a big plus. Some wiring, obviously, for the speakers, and some more screws. Okay, this is the one I need to worry about. This one. How am I going to open this? No zipper. Okay, just do it the hard way. All right. Well, hopefully nothing disappears. Wait, I've got to use this. All right. Okay, all right, okay. So, what's in this bag? LEDs, small LEDs, some more LEDs. I imagine that's color coded, so it's yellow. No, it's blue, red, and green. Okay. What else do we have here? Let's get that out of the way. So, some circuit boards, some resistors, and what I'll do is I'll find the value of these and make a note of it, so I don't keep on going back and forward wondering what is. But there's a few resistors. Normally they come in a set like attached, so they're the same. And one PC board that I have to pay attention to. What's going to be mounted on this? We'll see. Oh, there you go. One fell off. I was just going to say I've only got 3 of these, but 4 of those, but one fell off. So that's it. All right. Okay, and some capacitor and ceramic resistor. A few other chips. Oh, there's 2 more resistors. And what would this be? What is it? It's almost like a microphone. Okay. Yeah, and a piece of wire. And electrical plug. Okay. That's enough for that. I'm going to put it back in here, and I'm going to find some images of what this should look like when we are done. Okay. This is what it's supposed to look like. So as you see the display in front there, where the USB goes in, some LED lights, 2 speakers. Okay, next picture. That's what we just unpacked out of the box. There you go, there's the dimensions. There's nothing more to see here really. It's just that is the unit that is pre-assembled, and I'm very happy about that because there are parts in here that are miniature. All these guys, all these resistors and capacitors, they are surface mounted and they are tiny. I don't want anything to do with them. Thank you very much. I'm just in the process of sorting out the resistors and their values. As you've seen, there's a handful of resistors. And what I use is this calculator. It's a color code calculator, which is freely available. And all you do is you punch in your colors as they appear on the resistor. Let's just take one for example. Now I'm gonna this one here. Okay, let's see if I can focus on it. It's a bit hard. There's maybe not enough light there. Let's try again. Okay, well, I'll just look under the light. So this one is brown, brown, black, black, red. So if I put brown, brown, black, black, and then the red, but the red is just for the tolerance. So this is 110 ohms resistor. That's what it tells me. And that's how I'm going. So I've gone through all of them now, and well, almost all of them now. Let's see how we're going to mount this today. We're only working on one side, on this side of the board, which is great. I hate working on both sides. It's not nice. Now on this board, I'm going to look for the resistors first. And the resistors are marked nicely. If I bring it a little bit closer, maybe you can see that it's quite well marked. I hope that's in focus. That will do for most of the parts. That will do. Just can be able to move it about freely. Okay. Oh, right. Now let's see what's first. What do I see here? I see 510. I know I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 510s, and according to the parts list, this parts list, the Chinese one, I should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 510s, which is good. Okay, 5, and where do they go? They go over there. R5, R13, so I've got R5, R5. Closed the hole accidentally, and I am just heating up my desoldering iron and see if I can clear that hole. Nope, not yet. Yay, okay. Yep, that's clear. Now I'm going to install all these LEDs. And gotta work out. They are color coded. Let's just see if I can make out what's what. Let's just see if we can work this out. Okay, LED D11. What's on D11? D11 is D10, 11, 12, and 13's got the same color. This isn't, this isn't helping. Wait, maybe I can. I don't know what color should be where. Maybe I have to refer. Let's see if I can work it out. Because let's bring you closer. Bring you guys closer. Okay. Right, so let's just see. I have these ones, D2, 3, 4. Get rid of the dirty. Okay. So what I have here, D2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And they're all numbered as 5 millimeter, 5 millimeter, 5 millimeter. There's some Chinese next to it, which is different. And I imagine that's the color. Yeah, I don't do Chinese. I'm sorry. So I'm going to have to try. And let's see if I can find a way to bypass the Chinese. And let's have a look on here. We can work it out. Okay, so it looks like green, blue, pink, or whatever color that is. Blue, green. Green, blue. Let's call it pink. Green, blue, pink, blue, green. And that is looking from the top. So I can see this is looking from the top. Right. Okay, so that's the way I'm going to do it. Green, blue, pink in the middle. Okay, that's it. Let's do it that way. We have to manipulate these ones first again, otherwise they don't go in. You don't want them to foul, because if they do, then you have to fix it. So this one is the next one, and watch out, too much. There we go. Right, and the next one. Goes in there. That's what I wanted. Aha. Yeah, I'm going to scratch my head a little with this one. I mean, I can work out the speakers can't be too hard. Are they actually plus minus? Yes, they are. So that's easy. So these two would be the. Oh, hang on. What's this? Why is there extra wire floating around in here? What's the reason for this? Well, this one is obviously separate from those ones, and I imagine this one would be the one that goes in here. And then I think that's where that one goes. And then these three will go there. You got two whites and a red. And yeah, they're all the same. They're black, red, black, red. But then there's one red wire extra. What would that mean? Wow. I'm gonna have to do more research on this. Let's see, that is there. And then this and this and that. What's that for? That's like a jumper wire that they thought of afterwards. And these guys, they're all the same, really. So they would go in there. They would go in there. But where do they go to? And which ones goes to what? It's for the speakers, isn't it? And that one? I don't know. That's 5 volt. It says 5 volt. So that would go to the okay. Well, that would go to this guy. One of them would go to this guy. All right. 2 of them would go to the speakers. And then yeah. Where does this one go? I can see there's one hole here. Maybe that's an FM. Maybe that's an antenna. No, it's not. On another supplier, I found a little bit of a hint of where everything goes. So I'm not far off. This was a jump wire, as I said the first time. It is a jump wire between this and that, the switch and the power supply. And then it's just the speakers and the connection between this and that. So yes, I'm just going to do that quickly. And what I've done in the meantime is I've unwrapped the box, and the reason for that is we need to stick this in there first before start with soldering. Otherwise we have issues. Now, which way around is it going? Is it going this way around? Actually, when I said there was a coil, there is a coil in there. It's an antenna, and the antenna goes on there. But they didn't give me an extra piece of wire, did they? They gave me this piece of wire, which is a jumper wire from here to where are you? From here to here, which is a little bit thin. I wonder if that's the reason. If there shouldn't be another piece of wire in there, but there isn't. Because if I have a piece of wire, I can stick it in there. Otherwise, I'll have no antenna. This may still be used as an antenna. If I had, what I can do is I can take some of this off between this one and over there. And it's off and on. So if I stick it in there, and I think the power supply is at the bottom, not at the top, because it's going to sit like this on the floor, isn't it? These bumps are the feet, which it's supposed to be, and then it's going to sit like that. Pull the bottom of the box, pull the sides, and leave the top open, and I can shove everything in afterwards. And that's it. Let's do that. Was I supposed to? Oh my word. I messed up big time. Oh. Oh my. I messed up. These LEDs are supposed to be out, sticky out, and then you fold them, and then they go in here, in those holes there, so you can see them. Now, in this case, that's not going to happen. That's where the LED is supposed to go. Right, remove this wire. You'll see what I mean. Look at this. That's where the LEDs are supposed to go. But on the side, not on the top, on the side like this. Wow. Anyway, I'm going to carry on. I'm going to leave it the way it is because I clipped everything short. I'm going to leave it the way it is. And that's it. That's just the way it's going to be. End of story. I'm not going to fuzz about it any longer than necessary. All right, so this is a lot of puzzling out here because the instructions are none. No instructions. And don't say, oh, there's something in Chinese. That means nothing. I can't even translate it. So I'm not even going to try to translate it. So I've got to I've got to work this out myself. It's just absolutely rubbish. There's a lot of faffing around with this. Holy moly. This is becoming a big freaking job. I was hoping I didn't have to huffle with this as much as I am. Okay. So that's that. The next would be this one would go on there. Okay, from the outside. So this would be the outside and okay. There you go. And yeah, in this case, tapered screws is fine. But at the bottom, no, it wasn't really fine. What the hassle? Okay, why I'm leaving this out, why I'm not putting this one in now is because I've got to solder a wire to the bottom of this power supply. One of these wires go there. One comes one each. So one black one red one comes from there, and then goes at the bottom of this. No, actually, it's this one. These two come at the bottom of that. So I need to solder them in. I just made a mistake again. I hope I can keep it together until this thing is finished because I'm starting to be stressed over this, and it shouldn't be stressed. I should be relaxed. Okay, you can see ground is the left one and is 5-volt on the right. So I need to, so it will be black on this side and red on that side. I'm just going to do that now. Take this plug out and then kind of put it back in after. There you go. All right, let's do this. Because when it's done, it's done. Okay, so black goes over there, and the other one goes over there. To find an antenna wire for here for the top, which the antenna wire needs to go in there. And I don't have one in this kit unless this is what it's for. If this is what it's for, then great. Then I'll just have to use another wire for the jump wire. It's not fast. It's only a short wire I need for the jump wire. I mean, it's from there to there. Let's see. I'm sure it doesn't need to be this difficult. If I just had proper instructions. Seriously, I mean, they know they sell these things to the rest of the world. But no one told them that the rest of the world don't speak Chinese. Seriously. Okay, I'm going to make myself an antenna. I'm just going to turn this wire a few times around the stick and then leave it like that. Solder it into place, and hopefully that is that. Otherwise, this is used just to pull the radio without the antenna. There you go. And now I'll install the antenna just there. There is a where it says FM. You won't believe it, but this is the gift that keeps on giving. I plugged in the power supply, 5-volt power supply just now, and there is no movement. Yeah, nothing. And I've checked it. I've checked the power supply. I've got my USB, and I've got 5 volts on the USB. So I'll just check it again. 5.03. So 5 volts is good enough. I will have to open this. Can't believe I'm saying this, but I'll have to open this up again and see what's wrong. Okay, so yeah, this is a long video. It's becoming a saga. Okay, well, this is where I discovered that my microphone wasn't on. The battery was dead anyway. But what I'm trying to explain here is that I found a problem. The plus and minus have been interchanged at the power supply. Although the one prong was longer than the other one, I thought that the long one would be the plus, but it looks like that wasn't the case. So just on here, you can see on the multimeter, you can see that I've got continuity between the center and the one that I thought was the negative, which is wrong. So yeah, I'm going to fast forward this because this is just going to be me fixing the problem and then reassembling the box, and we'll try and find out if it works or not after that. Right, the unit is off, but you can see it's picking up my voice. Yeah. Oh, well, you know what? Yeah, whatever. I'm going to switch it on. I've tuned it into my computer from the Bluetooth, with the Bluetooth, and if I switch it on, like you can hear, ting dong, it's going on. If I change the mode, we'll get some loud
A
noise.
37 e mezzo.
Of course, you could, yeah, that was the radio. Nothing to hear there. This is the Bluetooth is on, and I'm going to play. I'm going to press and play my favorite song from my computer. And that is my song, my tune, and it plays it from my computer via Bluetooth. It's great. The other options is to have the radio on. If I go on the mode panel and press mode, the radio will come on. This time, when I put it on 0, it's actually 0. But the only way to adjust the volume now is on this. And you can tune channels. It just goes to the presets. And now it's just doing a continuous scan through all the radio stations. What annoys me are the lights here at the bottom. That annoys me a little bit. I wanted that to work in tune with whatever's playing on the unit, and I don't want the microphone to be there. The microphone is absolute nuisance for me. It makes no sense. Why is there a microphone there? What the reason for that would be? I got no idea. It's just permanently on. Whenever whatever's playing through, if there's anything playing through the speakers, that is going to be permanently on. Other than that, I think you can also select the mode over here. You don't just need this. You can use the mode selector there, and I think you can check the volume over here as well. Can you? Yes, there you go. I don't have anything on a USB stick that I can plug in there. And there's a plus space for a small memory card as well. Let's just play it out until it's home time. That's what I think. I think it's home time. Yes, it works. Is it working as it was meant to be working? I'm not sure if it was meant to be working that way, where all the lights flash all the time, and where the microphone picks up my voice, even when it's switched off. So, yeah, listen, this is an hobby. So we do these things, and I am learning how to do these things. And some are better than others. I was looking forward to this one. I was really looking forward to this one for a long time. I've been keeping it here on the table for a rainy day, and today's the day. But yeah, I'm glad I've done it now. I'm a bit disappointed about the things I just mentioned. The wiring business that was going on here, it was a lot of very vague. Nowhere on this does it tell you anything about these loose wires, where they have to go, where the power supply have to go. It doesn't tell you anything about that. Nothing. Um, Everything is guesswork. And if it wasn't for the internet and pictures that other people put on the internet, then I can get a glimpse, a view of what they've taken pictures of. Then I can get an idea. It's not the first time I had to do that. But anyway, that's it. If you like what you see, then it is what it is. The next thing we're gonna do, what are we gonna do? We're gonna another thing that's got to do with sound, but this time, let me just see. This time is mic still on, mic still on. This time, it's not coming from the land of the Chinese. It's coming from somewhere else, I believe. And it is a steam engine sound generator. That's what we're going to build next. I look forward to this one. And that opens up a whole new page. Because where do we go to from here? Do we have a train to put it in? Maybe. All right. Next time, the steam engine sound generator. Okay, guys, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Until next time, cheers.